Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say welcome to the CCS Training Networking Committee's Women in Cardiovascular Careers event. Tonight, we have an amazing panel of women in cardiovascular. Moderating the event today are myself, Stephanie. I'm a fourth-year medical student at Queen's.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lena. I'm a third-year medical student at UFT.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yuan. I'm a final year medical student.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Naja Adrik. I'm clinical researcher from UBC.
And before we get started, some remote housekeeping rules. Please note that the panel discussion is being recorded, but not the networking portion. Please remember to be respectful of others and enjoy, meet, or catch up with colleagues and faculty from across the country. Please also fill out the post-event survey so that we can continue to serve you better. And without further ado, here are our panelists. Dr. Wu was born and raised in Malaysia, and proud of overcoming her hearing impairment, she's now even prouder to be a Canadian female cardiac surgeon in Vancouver.
Chung is an academic cardiac surgeon with a in aortic surgery. Dr. Chung earned a Master's of Science in Aortic Cardiac Surgery residency at McGill University. After completing an advanced aortic surgery at U of T, she's been working at the Toronto General Hospital since 2018.
And Dr. Alexandra Bisciani is an interventional cardiologist at Thunder Bay Regional Health Center. She graduated with honors from the University de Montréal Faculty of Medicine as the first Black valedictorian. Dr. Bastiani is also the first Black female Canadian interventional cardiologist.
Last but not least, we have Dr. Osha Mannion. She's a clinical echocardiographer at St. Mary's General Hospital in Kitchener, Ontario, an adjunct assistant clinical professor at McMaster University. She earned her medical degree with honors from Newcastle University in the UK, and she completed her internal medicine and cardiology residency at Western University, followed by a fellowship in echocardiography at Western too.
This question is for Dr. Bastiani. Dr. Bastiani, what's the most enjoyable aspect of your career? And we have Dr. Bastiani calling in here right now, so you'll hear her from my phone.
Let me know when I'm on.
Yes, please go ahead.
All right, so hi everyone, this is Dr. Bastiani. Alexandra, sorry for not being able to join over camera. But so to answer the question, what's the most enjoyable thing about my practice? I have to admit that when I saw the question, I was really excited. And the first answer that came to my mind was finally being able to cater to my patients and seeing the results. As trainees, we're usually just kind of like jumping between locations, and except for the clinics, we don't really follow up on our patients, and we don't really see the benefits of what we do from a clinical standpoint. So being able to be in the cath lab, I didn't say it right, I wasn't student, but as an interventional cardiologist, being in the cath lab and doing my work there, including PCI and everything, when I see those patients in clinic and they tell me that it helps or they're getting better, or even if it's medical therapy, just feeling that and feeling that feeling of accomplishment and that I actually did something and changed something, that science works, for me was my highest, my high, the biggest high that I had for the last year, because I've been practicing for a year, and that was, every time it happens, I get a little butterflies, like I'm literally that feeling. So that would be my first answer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bastiani. That was very inspirational.
Of course.
The next question is for Dr. Chung. Is imposter syndrome something you experience? If so, how do you manage it?
Hello, everyone. Hi. Thanks to the organizers for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to speak with young trainees who are interested in cardiac surgery or cardiology. So I was asked to talk about imposter syndrome. I think most of you have heard of it, but if you haven't, it's this phenomenon where perfectly qualified individuals feel like they don't belong in their role, or they're somehow underqualified, or not able to not supposed to be there. And I do think that this disproportionately affects women, and probably women of color. And this might be for a number of reasons. Some of it might be internal, but for sure there are also external factors, whether it's because you don't see yourself necessarily in reflected in anyone in the room, or it's because of the daily microaggressions and so on. And then from my perspective, I think it can be compounded by the surgical environment too, where you're surrounded by people who perhaps have the opposite problem, where at least that's what I find among surgical trainees, that the opposite problem seems to be more prevalent, where people probably overestimate their skills. And I suspect this sort of machismo kind of situation does happen a lot in cardiology and interventional cardiology as well. And so when I think back on my experiences, when I did my training in Montreal, I remember going there as someone new moving to a different city and not knowing anyone, and meeting all these R1s and R2s, and they're all saying that they're doing every single surgery skin to skin, and if they've put in one chest tube, that means they put in like they say they've done 20 chest tubes, and they did that last night and last shift. And so I remember as an R1 feeling that, oh man, I must be way behind, completely inadequate, and definitely not doing well. But I actually ended up winning the award for first year surgical resident, and it didn't take that long to figure out that I was doing just fine, and that people were inflating probably what they were doing, and that I do belong there. I do feel though that this insecurity, or imposter syndrome, if you want to call it, that women have, does serve a powerful purpose as well. I think it does put some fire in your belly and drive you to work hard and to gain more experiences. So for me, I during residency had an absolutely ridiculous OR log that was out of control, and I think it has driven me to be a better surgeon for sure. But on the other hand, you don't want it to take over your life, because surgery is for sure a confidence game. You can't be cutting into someone's mother or father or daughter or son without confidence that you absolutely can do it. So I think there's always this tension between being a little bit insecure and having some imposter syndrome and overconfidence. And I think that can affect anyone. You don't have to be a woman or anything like that. When I remember talking about the subject with an older male white surgeon who gave me the advice that there's always this oscillation between the two, and the amplitude decreases as you gain more experience. So I already feel that, and I'm an early career surgeon. I already feel that these oscillations have minimized. And if you yourself feel like you have a tendency towards having imposter syndrome or more insecurity rather than the overconfidence side, then I think it takes take a step back and try to think about things objectively, and chances are very high that you're actually doing just fine. And then if that doesn't work, then I think just roll up your sleeves and do the work. And I think that work and experience will carry you through as well. So good luck to all the trainees. And if any of you are interested in cardiac surgery, please do reach out, and I'd be happy to chat more.
Thank you so much, Thank you so much, Dr. Chung, for that candid answer. Next, we have a question for Dr. Wu. What do you feel needs to be changed about the cardiovascular sciences field in order to allow more women to join?
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Wu. I'm career cardiac surgeon in Vancouver. First of all, I would like to thank you all for having to you. So good questions. When I first got a question, I came up with 3 important points. So the one thing you should have is women representations, not just in the community. For example, more women in medical school, more women in surgical specialties, more women in hospital, but we also need more women in the leadership position. One of the good examples of that will be, for example, Dr. Coutinho, one of the female cardiologists in Ottawa, which is set up a platform for all the Canadian women cardiologists, cardiac surgeons, specialty to come together, and then they took a lead, and then they increased the social awareness of the cardiovascular disease of women to the public society. So I think women representation in communities as well as the leadership position is very important. And the second point I can think of, the change I would like to see is I would like to have more of social events like tonight. I think this is a good platform for all the women trainees, or not, maybe not even women. I mean, everybody to come together to talk about the challenges that we have, and also talk about the solution that we can have. We can exchange our ideas, we can exchange our difficulties in life, and then we can talk about it. So I think the networking event like this will help a lot. And in addition, we can also, just like Dr. Chong said just now, so if anyone interested in cardiac surgery, you can reach out to me. So I think a social networking event like this is a good platform for us to identify the potential mentors or the potential mentorship. So I would love to see more and more platform for us to exchange our knowledge. And last but not least, again, in support of what Dr. Chong had just said just now, I think we shouldn't be shy about our achievement. We should go out and be loud and be proud of ourselves. I think if we, for example, for myself, growing up, I wish I could have more inspiration to become a cardiac surgeon or maybe even a surgeon. I just didn't see a lot of female surgeons when I was younger, but it doesn't mean that there weren't any female surgeons back then, but it's really because they don't talk about it, or the society don't talk about it. So I think we should really be active on the social media or be out there and tell everybody who are the women in cardiovascular sciences, who we are, what we do, and how good we really are. So I think we shouldn't be shy, we should be proud, and we should be loud and go out and reach out. So these are the 3 points I would like to see in terms of promoting women in cardiovascular sciences. All right, thank you so much for having me tonight.
Thank you so much, Dr. No. This is our great points, and welcome to Vancouver. My question now to Dr. Manion. What do you feel has been the most impactful person or event that helped you pursue your career in cardiovascular science?
Thanks, Naja, for the question there. And again, just like all the other speakers have said, really thanks so much for inviting me to talk today. I have to say, for me, the people that have really helped me get to where I am is really my family. My parents have actually been probably one of the most profound people that have helped me get to where I am, because they've given me the confidence. And I think it's a message you're going to hear multiple times through this. And I think all of us who are here, speakers, audiences, we've all gone through quite a lot to get to the places that we are, but you have to come from a good foundation to get there. And I think that my parents, my husband, and my daughter have really helped me stay grounded and helped me to really achieve what I have. I have many, many friends in cardiology, But I have to say my family has really been my strength. And I hope all of you have people in your corner that are fighting for you and helping you to get to that next step. For me, moving countries to pursue cardiology I didn't realize how big a challenge it was going to be. I didn't realize how competitive medical training was in Canada, coming from the UK. And I think I was very lucky with the people that I met in London and in Western. And I have to say that my color and my ethnicity never came into question during any decision I've made or any encounter I've had. And I am proud to say that, because I think it's really important to hear for everybody that you probably should dream big, because most of the time our own insecurities and feelings may be the barrier, less so what's outside. So again, I probably, like everybody else on this panel, love my job. And at times it is exhausting, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. If you look behind me, my state of my house is probably an example of that. But anyway, I think it's still a good example to say that keep fighting for what you believe in, and keep your head up strong.
Fantastic points, Dr. Mannion. I'm not seeing that we have any question in the chat box. So should we go to the networking event?
Yeah, so thank you so much to all the panelists for sharing your experiences with us during the panel. Now, if we could just get all the panelists as well as moderators of the event to turn their cameras on, and then we can all give them a big round of applause before we head into the networking portion. As I wait for their cameras to, we'll now head to the portion where you will all get a chance to chat with each other at the choice. We will be doing table every 15 minutes. Just the panel discussion portion was recorded, but the network. Please unmute your video and audio during the networking portion and maximize. Please click on the help desk or chat with NS staff if you need assistance. Off our discussion, your tables. Mentors, it would be great if you could share advice that you would give to your past self. I don't have any questions for now. If